Come on, Ada. All right, so just about every day I do this with the dogs. And this is today's Sunday. We're building this new little palapa right here. I think we're going to be selling ice cream and snacks and strawberries and cream and other high fructose corn syrup dangerous items for me and the children and all the other adults. I'm just kidding. Nothing with high fructose corn syrup. But hold on, I'm ducking under this umbrella here. Ada, you ready? You ready? So, hey, what's up? I'm actually going to take my flip-flops off. Hold on one second. So, as I was saying earlier, hold on, I'm going to put my flip-flops in the crocodile's mouth. What's it? Hey, Ada, how you doing? Give me the ball. So, as I was saying, Ada, where are you? Sorry, first time I've done this. So, we're all learning together here. So, as I was saying, I've been thinking a lot about AI and robotics lately, and it's crazy how many people's jobs are going to be displaced around the world. I think they're predicting like 6 or 7 billion people. I just watched a video on the news 2 days ago, and Google VEO2, like VEO, Google VEO2, VEO, Google VEO2, $250 a month. But the production quality of these videos and movies that it's making is like next world. It's crazy. And so I was thinking about one of my best friends in Hollywood. We played volleyball together at San Diego State, and we played in a couple of pro beach volleyball tournaments when we were really young together. And I hit him up, and we were talking about how AI is completely decimating Hollywood. And I showed him this video from Google VO2, and he was blown away. He's also kind of sad. And I was telling him, I also sent him a link to our friend Curtis down here, my friend Curtis down here, who's in our volleyball community. Curtis has been playing volleyball with these, I don't know if they're Google or Android glasses, but they have a earpiece in both of the ends of the mic of the glasses. They have an earpiece, and the glasses have cameras in them, and the quality is awesome. And he's been recording videos of us playing volleyball, him playing volleyball specifically. And I sent this to my friend Eric, and I'm like, Eric, I know, right here, Ada, I know you're bummed out about what's happening in Hollywood, but I transitioned into something that I thought was kind of cool. He doesn't see it as much as I do, but he's doing something really interesting in LA, like West LA, actually Hollywood area. He started a girls volleyball, club volleyball program for girls, financially strapped families and girls who could not normally afford club volleyball. And he's got several hundred girls in the program now. And he's got several hundred girls in the program. And they have like hand-me-down jerseys. And they have hand-me-down jerseys. And it's like the Bad News Bears, but for girls club volleyball. And now, I think a couple years later, they're, what's up, guys? Hi, buddy. Look at these good-looking dogs. Hey, buddy. These are some of our, so that's a condo project, by the way, that was put on hold for years. And now they're starting to post social media videos about how they're going back online. I'm looking forward to that. This is our neighbor, Latuna. They have a great spot right next to us. Well, actually, Cocoyote is right next to us. And then we're next to them. Us, Cocoyote, Latuna, and Barracuda right through there. Amazing food at all these two places. And I haven't eaten at Cocoyote yet. But back to my conversation. So my friend Eric, I was like, Eric, put these Google glasses on and go a whole nother direction with, because he's been modeling and acting for like 35 years, ever since we were at San Diego State together. And I'm like, dude, what you've created is super, super interesting, I think, on a global scale. And you could have these first person point of view glasses on, recording, just journaling this whole journey. Over here, Ada. You could be doing this whole journey, and this could maybe be this. I called him and I said, I think this is a sign you could maybe shift, because I think people will find this whole story fascinating. He's got hundreds of girls now that are like wearing hand-me-down jerseys from the men's team. They're playing against like Palisades High School girls and Manhattan Beach High School girls. And they're 20-0 right now. And I'm like, man, maybe this is a sign to shift, you know. But AI and robotics is really interesting. Like I said, I have a couple thoughts in my mind. First of all, I was reading like the Phoenix Corporation, F-E-N-I-X. I was looking, they're trying to sell OnlyFans. They're trying to sell it right now for $8 billion because they think they're worried about AI and AI models just completely changing the whole game. And they may be right. Like, can you imagine like how OnlyFans has taken over, and then the creators of OnlyFans are worried about AI and robotics. And then, sorry, I'm stuttering because it's the first time I've done this, and I'm like trying to not run over kids while focus the camera, while have thoughts about the end of the world. I'm just kidding. But, so OnlyFans is trying to sell. My buddy's worried about Hollywood. And then something that's a little on the conspiratorial timeline is, for any of those of you who've heard about the Georgia Guidestones, the Georgia Guidestones talk about the world's ideal population being at 500,000 people. Like, who put the Georgia Guidestones there? Who blew them up actually a few months ago, or last year, excuse me. And it did talk about some interesting sustainable goals, but why are they talking about the world's ideal population being at 500 million people? That's like a major population reduction. So what if the person who had something to do with the Georgia Guidestones is actually dialed in with some decision makers and policy makers around the world? I've thought about that a number of times. And then you look at what's going on with fertility rates, birth rates declining, sterility rates skyrocketing, cancer rates skyrocketing. I'm not going to get into certain topics right now because I don't want people's heads to explode. some people's heads to explode. But does it all tie in? Does what's going on with our food and our medicine and our skies overhead and what's in our water and what's in our medicine, does that all have anything to do with skyrocketing cancer rates and everything else I just discussed? You know, food for thought. I like thinking about this stuff. A lot of my friends don't, I get it, but I want to engage with the people that do. And so if you have any thoughts on AI, robotics, the Georgia Guidestones, other conspiracy theories you want me to talk about or stop talking about, please let me know. What else was I going to talk about? Yeah, you know, something else I was thinking about was, oh, look at these guys helping us keep the beaches safer and more secure. What's up, gentlemen? Hi, Ada. Look at these dogs. Papa Squat. Come on now. Surf has been really high, by the way. Took our volleyball courts away. So we had to put it back in the back alley. But, man, I was telling myself I wasn't going to say A topic I was thinking about a lot today also was the idea of possible versus probable. I notice I have a whole bunch of people in my life who believe everything they're told by a certain side, and anything else is not possible. And then it seems to me that like people who are more open-minded or maybe have one foot out of the matrix or both feet out of the matrix, which is a whole nother topic altogether. It seems like some people understand the difference between possibility and probability. You know, is it possible the earth is flat? Yeah, it's possible. Is it probable? Maybe not. But when someone tells you something is not possible, at least with me in my life, I've seen that the conversation generally doesn't really go very far. And only, well, it goes far in one direction, their direction. So those aren't usually the more engaging conversations I've had. What's up, Cookie? Cookie's here. So for anyone who comes down to Big Fun, they probably met either Ada or Cookie. And then we always have these guys, new guys keep running up and joining us. Hey. What's up, little buddy? What are you doing? So, be leery of the people who say something is not possible, because you won't get very far into an interesting conversation, or whatever you consider interesting, I guess. I like mind-expanding conversations. I don't necessarily think the earth is flat, but I saw Eric Dubé's documentary. He's actually got several interesting documentaries, and it makes you wonder, what if? Is it possible? I guess it's possible, especially when you see some compelling information. But is it probable? Probably not. But all I know is I'm looking through fisheye lenses on a plane, and most of what we've been taught in our lives is turning out to be false. And when you see something compelling, at least say, ask yourself, is it possible? Is it probable? And then avoid people who think that nothing is possible that they don't already believe in. Or don't avoid them if they've got something you want. or need, but don't expect a mind-altering conversation from that, I guess. Anyhow, now I'm just rambling. This is my first episode of walking and talking on the beach with the dogs. And hey, buddy. And I hope to do many more of them. And I hope some of you engage with me online. Ask me questions. Give me advice. Tell me how crazy you think I am. Or how brilliant you think I am. All right, I'm going to sign off now. Bye, guys.